Hey, how's it going, guys? This is the video pretty much going through the features of this application and what are the capabilities of this software. What can you do and what can you do and the cool features we have involved. So right now you're looking at the main screen here. This is what you look at after you sign in. Obviously, my account and admin account, so I have access to pretty much all the features. But that would depend on if you have a free account, daily, or weekly, or yearly account, or what you can and cannot access through this application. So right now you're looking at, I'm just going to go over pretty much general um, overview of the tabs here. So up top here is our main navigation bar. We have the visual map, which is pretty much what you see here. We have a schematic page, which you will see in a second what it does. You also have a page here, which clearly identifies your source hardness and your target ECU. And we have a kind of under construction tab up here, in which we will have AI capable of you insert that image of a connector you don't know or trying to find information off, and this will be able to tell you exactly what connector it is. On the top here, I have a couple other tabs. Save project tab. This is kind of your user dashboard here. You have a couple test projects here. On the left side here, we have some cloud settings, pretty basic. You can add your avatar here if you wish. We have tutorial section, about section, and help and support if you have any questions. If you click on any particular project, you'll be able to see the project features, source, target. You can load it into, this will load it into the visual map tab. And here are the kind of actions you can take. You can print PDF, wire label, single labels, export to an Excel file, or a cool feature we have implemented now is a print a QR code. So that takes care of that panel. So now I'm just going to go through pretty much simple explanation of what to do and go through example here. So say, for example, you log into here to this app. You're looking to wire up your existing chassis wire harness, engine wire harness to a new standalone computer you purchased. So what this does is, let's say, for example, you own the BMW 330i 46 with the M44 engine. So as soon as you insert this information, automatically you will see the pinout for that specific, as BMW calls it, DME or ECU. Within here, you would see how many pins. If it was one single connector, you only see one of these tabs. If it was one main connector, but since the ECU has multiple connectors and different names, you have all multiple connectors here. So based on this, now when you go to your table, you'll be able to see each pin description and the connector name under that, under those pins that you're looking for. So that's your source ECU. And let's say you're running this with a, let's say, Haltech Elite 1500. So Haltech Elite 1500s only have two connectors. And these connectors, if you hover on them, you can actually see a description of them. For a quick glance, I'll show you another neat feature in a couple minutes. So, like I said earlier, if there was only one connector, you will only see connector A. But since it has two, you have connector A and B. And now when you go into the table here, now you're able to see all the pinouts for your BMW 46 and 54 and the Haltech Elite. Um, as of now, this is pretty much your visual front map of what's going on. So in terms of linking, I'm just going to roll it pretty quick. What you can do here, so you can drag and drop, and that automatically creates a link. Obviously, you're going to see what pin goes to where. This is just pretty much a demonstration of what the software does. Once you click and drag, you'll be able to link the pins, or you can just simply click here. Oh, there it is. So now that it popped up, so this feature allows you to, instead of going to the table and see what the pin description is, when you click on a pin, this little sidebar will pop up with the ECU connector that's selected here, and it will tell you every connector on that, every pin on that connector. Now, what it does is it a signal power, is it unused, and you'll be able to tell, you'll be able to tell what that pin does. This is a feature that works on both source hardness and target ECU. So if you click on any pin on this connector, um, it would automatically go to that pin and tell you what it does. If you want to kind of hide that bar for the and not use it, you can just deselect it here, and now freely click on pins. By the way, if you just click on any pin and link them, you will be able to see what the pin does here on both sides of either ECU on the source side or the target standalone ECU. So yeah, let me just go ahead and do a couple random connections here, since it's just demonstration, so you guys get an idea of what's going on. Let's go to the 6001 pin and connector B. Actually, let's keep connector A. One of these pins over here, some power pins. And this is pretty cool because the red usually means some kind of power. The green is some kind of signal. The dark ones are usually unused, or if you get a dark black like this, it's probably the ground. So once this is done, now the schematic tab is active. So what this does is kind of just guides you as to where you're linking your pins to. Gives you a visual view of where that pin is going, then to what connector. The table view is another one that's pretty good. Here you can actually edit these if you want. Just know that once you edit this, you're not editing the master copy. You're editing whatever you save this project as. So if you're going to save project, and just put that up, test, let's say, or V30 or such project. So anything you do within here will be saved under that project. We do have a master pinout, especially for the target ECUs, where we verify it and we are the ones that upload it to make sure that data is consistent and true. I will go over later on if you don't see a listed ECU here or a listed card here, how you'll be able to add it manually through this menu. So yeah, so it's pretty much kind of a simple write-up on what to get and how to get to the information. There's a couple of tabs up here that you can use. You have this tab to kind of change your pin icons. You have a hex kind of shape, circular or square. Also up here, the connector topology, and you can kind of just name these as you wish. You can also add a connector. So once you add a connector, you can name it, I don't know, let's do test con, and then you can actually label it with how many pins you want. If you want 10 pins by layout, So now this connector will appear here, and you will have pins in which you can configure it. So if you go on the table and all the way down, you have this test card, and you can assign it to whatever you wish, um, based on whatever you're wiring. You can do the same on the target ECU side, but we usually try, unless you know what you're doing, you really want to keep this as is, because that's how usually your standalone computer doesn't change much, since that's where you're wired to. Um, anyway, so yeah, that's kind of the um, basis of what the software does. So in terms of inputs, so now we go into the user dash. So from here, when we go to our project, test M54, um, now you see a kind of information over here on the connections mapped. The cool part comes now is when you hit this print PDF, you'll be able to print a PDF in which you can print it or save it in your mobile device, and it would tell you exactly what pins you mapped. So source side and your target, and it will tell you exactly what each one does. It will also show you a quick preview of your schematic as to where the wire goes. So there's absolutely no confusion on unmatched pins, or if you put an injector with a cylinder or such things. This is printable. And I think you have to be, well, you do have to be a paid member to have this feature. Uh, you can also do wire labels. So by linking these pins in the background, it automatically puts these labels together for you. So this is a pretty common label kind of file that you can purchase. And once you put that in your printer or wherever, you can hit print, and all your pins will be kind of already all set to be labeled, uh, since you mapped them correctly in your pinout visual map. So that's another cool feature. So this tells you where the source is, the target, and kind of the name of a little description of what's going on. We have on-demand labels, so this is more for like the professional shrink table printers. Um, so you're able to connect a Palladium to 11, excuse me, M211, and actually once you connect it, you could print each individual label based on that, on whatever role you have on that printer. We added a couple other printers here that you wouldn't need the driver installed on the computer. Use these. The Brady is actually Bluetooth, so you should be able to connect straight to that from the app. Um, you can export to like Excel, which is pretty self-explanatory. We also have now incorporated this new feature, which is predictive QR. So you can print a QR, and it will ask you for which side you want to print the QR. So if you click hardest side, so this QR code, you can print this code. And the thought behind this was, you print this QR code and you can print it however you want. You can print it on a label, on a piece of paper, then tape it somewhere. As long as you can scan it, you could place this anywhere in your engine bay or next to your ECU, move in the dashboard. Once you scan it, all the information that you taste here will show up on your phone. And then we'll probably do another video on how it looks and so on, and how to navigate that menu. But once you, even from the visual map, you have a QR here. You can click that, and it will create a QR code which you can put anywhere in your vehicle. And once you scan that, it will tell anybody who scans that code the ECU that you have and the connections you have mapped. So there will be no confusion as to how your configuration is wired. So yeah, so that's pretty much what this video is about. I will be doing more videos on how to add your car and how to add a standalone ECU. I will have to do that from a non-admin account, since here I have access to pretty much anything. So I would do one of those videos showing you guys the process of, if you don't see your pinout data here, how to add that through AI scan. And if you don't see your car here, how to add that by clicking this little button here. And that goes the same for both sides. So yeah, thank you guys, and we'll put it up where it's 30 days. Thank you.